Thanks and welcome to join me on the 6:15. I'm Kejan Henry at Timby. We flag off with our headlines. Fresh concerns emerge over whether detainees in Cameroon truly have access to medical care, as many inmates only receive treatment when their health situations have reached a terminal stage. And 3 years after government ban on skin lightening products, the controversial creams are quietly returning to the market as the health dangers loom. And LECAM evaluates regional council elections 1 week after the proclamation of the results, while outlining adjustments needed to ensure smoother polls ahead of 2026 elections. Top stories. Also on our respective platforms, robbed a passenger vehicle that was moving from the very risky stretch between Bamenda and Ndop. In fact, the assailants or the suspects were overpowered by the travelers and finally killed two of them. Sherfa Saleh and correspondent Annie Collins report.
Some passengers who were victims of a recent hold-up by an armed gang along the Bamenda-Ndop road staged a surprise but courageous move by taking the two assailants by storm. The youngest money, phones, and other valuable items just before the passengers grabbed and beat them to death. The action falls in line with repeated calls from administrative and government officials for the population to denounce and stand up against such gangs which keep wreaking havoc in their communities in the name of separatist fighters.
Can't stop motor. They don't take my phone and take me 20,000. We don't decide for group join. Cheated. Rubbish. What do you think you are? Rubbish. See baby pray where small begin to come out the harass all day. See baby pray. They go kill una today. Rubbish. Una nakasai.
For a long time now, the about 4-kilometer stretch of road between Bambili and Babanki has been considered as the most risky along the Bamenda-Ndop road. Even defense and security forces have paid the ultimate price at the same area.
Much Fasal, welcome back. And LECAM is already evaluating the spoils of the regional elections 1 week after the results were proclaimed, while outlining adjustments needed to ensure for upcoming smoother polls. Haisincha is reporting that their meeting in Yaoundé was, of course, a very smooth one.
The regional elections have come and gone, with over 25,000 electorates taken to the polls on November 30th to cast their votes. Time for the Electoral Board to take stock of the entire process. This sixth and final session as of right, relating to the election of regional councillors, is focused on evaluation.
Today's session shall be devoted to the general evaluation of the recently concluded regional election. The preliminary report submitted by the Director General of Elections will enable us to review the organization of the polls, the deployment of materials and logistics, the performance of the personnel, and the conduct of voting operations within the two electoral colleges, namely municipal councillors and traditional rulers.
In his opening address this Monday, December 8th, at the LECAM's headquarters in Yaoundé, the board chair, Eno Abrams Egbe, expresses satisfaction with the results of the process.
In general, we can confirm that the regional elections held on the 30th of November 2025 were well conducted, without any major incident at all the 58 divisional headquarters. I would like, therefore, to express gratitude to the supervision for their tireless efforts in ensuring that the results were proclaimed within the 72-hour deadline set out in Section 265 of the Electoral Code.
The session is also by the Director General of Elections, Eric Esose.
Thanks very much. High medical care, as many of them are known to be shown concern only when they must have reached the terminal stage while in detention. Now, Ambo Gladys talked with some legal experts and now report.
Being in detention does not strip anyone of basic human rights, including the right to medical care. Under Section 123 of the Criminal Procedure Code, detainees are entitled to medical treatment, a provision legal experts describe as fundamental.
Section 123 of the Criminal Procedure Code clearly talks of may. The State Council may ask for a doctor to examine a particular person who is detained, or the person himself may request for medical examination.
The law has provided that, and so it goes without, it is a question of human right than domestic laws.
All the conventions ratified by the state of Cameroon, as well as in the CPC, it is well stated and stipulated that any detainee at any time should have access to health care, should have access to his doctor, or should be referred to one.
Right advocates say overcrowding, limited resources and administrative delays often worsen the situation. They say in many detention facilities, access to doctors, medication and emergency services is inconsistent.
Our criminal system, our cells, our prison is just like a jungle. The law makes it clear, even in the Criminal Procedure Code, that the state has the duty to treat people under detention. So if you don't treat them and they die, you are held responsible.
The sanctity of life, the law should be there to protect life. If the person is not alive, then what will you try? What will you judge tomorrow?
Despite efforts by authorities to improve conditions, there are still significant gaps, with some delays to medical attention reportedly proving fatal.
Thanks very much, Ambo Gladys. And a new book has been launched by Barrister Limen Kamwa. And of course, he is talking about the bail procedure in the dual system in Cameroon. Maureen D was part of that book launch and says it is worth noting.
In Cameroon, many citizens remain in pre-trial detention due to poor understanding or misapplication of bail procedures, especially within the country's dual legal systems, common law and civil law. This critical gap in administration of justice is what the new book, Bail in the Common Law and Civil Law Jurisdiction of Cameroon, aims to address. Officially in Douala, under the patronage of the St. Louis International Studies Center, the book is authored by Dr. Barrister Kamwa Limen and was first unveiled in the USA in March 2024.
It is very instrumental to lawyers, everybody in the society, and most especially the magistrates. Most of them act at times as if they don't understand that the law actually provides for bail during criminal litigation.
The reviewer and chairman of the launch, Sir Dr. Tumfo Barrister Nico Hale, praised the book as a timely and unique piece that responds to real legal challenges faced by Cameroonians.
Some people don't even know that they can file the writ of habeas corpus. Habeas corpus present the person and justify his being in the cell.
Dr. Limen noted that his motivation came from observing systematic lapses and inconsistency in how bail is understood and applied across both legal systems. The Douala launch drew lawyers, bar council members, academics, company executives, traditional leaders, and others, all of whom agreed the book is a powerful contribution to legal reform and justice delivery in Cameroon. The book has been translated in 7 different languages.
Thanks very much, Maureen. 3 years after government ban on skin lightening products, the controversial creams are gradually resurfacing in the market as health dangers loom. Influencers have sounded very strong warning, as Sherifa Saleh reporting.
Despite the 2022 government ban on skin lightening products, Cameroon is witnessing a renewed rise in the sale and promotion of such items, particularly across social media platforms. Drips, tablets, and creams promising lighter skin tones are circulating widely online, raising fresh public health concerns.
Mais pour se faire un peu d'argent, il ne faut pas tuer les autres. Ça, c'est la méchanceté. Je ne sais même pas. Le ministère de la Santé aussi au pays, pardon, regardez-moi un peu le compte des femmes civiles. Checkez un peu le compte des gens si pardon.
Influencers and internet users have increasingly taken their platforms to denounce what they describe as a dangerous and misleading trend, calling attention to the health risks associated with these products. The alarm intensified in early December when appeals surged for the Minister of Public Health to act against a product known as DTV drip, which users claim has harmful effects on the body. On December 5, critics urged the Ministry of Public Health to issue a new communiqué reinforcing the earlier ban and addressing the continued proliferation of unregulated cosmetic treatments.
Elle a commencé à faire les cocktails pour mettre dans le sang de nos petites sœurs. Nous, on demande donc l'attestation de ce qu'elle a commencé à faire, si elle a suivi la formation ou elle est médecin à quel niveau. L'État a donné quelle attestation. Nous voulons voir parce que c'est un sujet qui est très très compliqué.
The debate is also echoed in cultural commentary. In this book, Je suis nègre mais les noirs ne m'aiment pas, author Junior Saint explores the psychological and social pressures driving some black individuals to pursue lighter skin, arguing that internalized color bias continues to fuel risky depigmentation practices. Though the 2022 ban was intended to curb the spread of these products, the flourishing online market suggests enforcement remains a challenge.
Cameroon is stepping up efforts to secure its digital space even as national disparities still persist. And so during its forum, or its fifth domain name system security extension forum that took place in Douala, organized by Antique, experts have examined how to strengthen cybersecurity. Indeed, Maureen was part of that forum.
In Africa, the average VNSEC validation rate stands at 47.77%. Cameroon platforms slightly better with 56.60%, but the gap still exposes national level disparities in cybersecurity infrastructure.
Every transaction that you do online, you somehow use the DNS. When you type, let's say, google.cm or antique.cm to get to a website, that name needs to be translated to an IP address. And the protocol in charge of that translation is called the DNS, Domain Name System. At the conception of the protocol, there was no security embedded. So it's very easy to compromise your online transaction.
This concern was highlighted by the Director General of Antique at the 5th DNSEC forum that opens December 8 in Douala, Cameroon.
You need data to make informed decisions, and 80% of your data is hosted outside of the African continent. The police will take that data address.
Experts and technical partners noted that improper DNS configurations continue to affect access to digital content and citizens' ability to reach essential services. The forum also questions why Cameroonians prefer holdings outside the country.
Registrars, maybe they are not selling well, so we need to sell more.
In response, the 3-day event in Douala from December 8 will focus on building capacity and adopting strategies to boost the authenticity and security of CM domain websites.
And to secure the routing system, we use what we call the Resource Public Key Infrastructure, RPKI. And it's something that we are also going to talk about during these 3 days.
Notably, in April 2024, Cameroon successfully cryptographically signed the CM zone, marking a major step in DNSEC implementation.
Thanks very much, Maureen G, for that report. And the publisher, we talk this time environment and journalism. The publisher of World Echoes newspaper in the northwest region of the country, Tabokong Roland, has actually praised all the climate actors and reaffirming the paper's commitment to promoting environmental stewardship. And so in Bamenda northwest region of the country, he organized what was known as a World Eco Climate Challenge Award or Climate Change Award, actually recognizing and celebrating outstanding efforts in environmental protection. And so this year's award was proudly sponsored by the Kendall Foundation, represented by the sons of its leadership, Chief Dr. Ndang Kenneth, who is the CEO, and Mafo Dr. Ndang Delphine, the director, through the applauded World Echoes for its impactful journalism and encouraged continued media involvement in climate advocacy. So the foundation, now renowned for major humanitarian and construction projects nationwide, received special appreciation from its strong support. One of the distinguished winners was His Royal Highness, the Chief of the Throne of Cochin, actually honored for his exemplary contribution to environmental protection. So the event ended with a call for continued collective action to fight against climate change in the country. We'll be coming back detailing with that information in our subsequent newscast. And the Access Bank in Cameroon has been empowering women. In fact, the first ever womenpreneur meeting or forum took place, organized by Access Bank Cameroon, to encourage women to invest. Details ahead. Access Bank Cameroon has officially launched the country's first ever Womenpreneur Pitch-a-thon, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at empowering women. Best Western Hotel in Douala marks a historic milestone. For the first time, women-led businesses in Cameroon will access high-impact training, mentorship, and financial grants, setting a new standard for support in the country's entrepreneurial ecosystem.
Excellence, innovation, sustainability, and empowerment. So today we bring that same commitment to Cameroon, one of Africa's most dynamic and entrepreneurial markets.
The Womenpreneur Pitch-a-thon is part of Access Bank's initiative, a flagship women's banking program that has been transforming the lives of female entrepreneurs across Africa since 2019. Now debuting in Cameroon, the program provides participants with tools, networks, and opportunities to grow sustainable businesses. This year, 150 women entrepreneurs have been selected to benefit from structured capacity building sessions led by IFC, a member of the World Bank Group, and supported by the African Guarantee Fund.
Participants will gain practical skills to manage profitability, control cash flow, prepare credible loan application, build sound savings practice, and present their projects in clarity and confidence to financiers.
The program, first of its kind approach in Cameroon, ensures participants gain practical knowledge through 6 high-impact IFC mini MBA modules covering business profitability, cash flow control, record keeping, working capital strategy, credit management, and pitching to investors. Beyond training, the program provides direct access to seed funding, with the winner receiving 3 million francs CFA, the first runner-up 2 million francs, and the second runner-up 1 million francs.
I want to congratulate you for being here, and one of the things we've tried to do so that you appreciate the fact that we're very committed to this is that we have brought the best of the best, and that's why we're partnering with IFC. You know, so IFC brings a world of experience.
Access Bank Cameroon PLC is a proud subsidiary of Access Bank Group, a leading full-service commercial bank operating across 3 continents, 24 countries, and serving over 52 million customers. The group has subsidiaries in Sub-Saharan Africa and the United Kingdom, with a branch in Dubai, France, representative offices in China, Lebanon, India, and Hong Kong. And that draws the curtain for this edition of the 6:15 with me, Kejang Henry Asebe. Thanking you for being there. Monique Nausi is coming straight up with le debrief for l'actuality. From all of us, it's goodbye.